Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? It's your boys. KFT's in the house from Colorado, representing. Then we got our boy Ash Vega in the house, representing Oakland.
Yeah, no, Las Vegas now.
Oh shit, now it's Las Vegas. I'm sorry, he's an intercontinental champion. He be moving, ladies and gentlemen, every show. It is your boy Manny Fresh, and we have on here none other than Chris motherfucking Marvel in the house,
Yeah,
bro.
fuck yeah.
Man,
Chris
and
Marvel. How's it going?
we interviewed him about 6, 7 months ago. It's
Sounds
been
like a
almost a
year.
year.
It's a year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
been a
been
year.
a year. But it
Damn,
was
a
just
year.
audio. Now with the things that we've been blessed with, we got video now. So now here we go. We got this is the man himself that we've been talking about, Chris fucking Marvel, man. And it's glad to have you, brother. Thanks for
Fuck
joining
yeah.
us.
Well, man, thanks for having me again, man. Appreciate it.
Oh man,
It's
it's awesome,
because
man.
Yeah.
So
it's because back in the day we couldn't do it, face to face like this because of COVID. So we
Yeah.
had to be like straight on the phone and shit. But now that shit's dying down, now we're face to face.
Yeah, I
yeah,
didn't know if y'all needed me to wear my mask or not.
away. We had to be 6 feet away from the phone and shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, and it sucked with the phone because we had to talk this far away. So
Yeah. Yeah, I was
you
wondering
know what I
about
mean.
that.
But
But you're
Are
looking
y'all are
good,
y'all
bro.
boosted?
You're looking pumped, brother. You
Sure,
looking
man.
good, man. I've been watching your stuff you've been posting on fucking YouTube and shit, man. Bro, you can't tell me you ain't been in the game as long as you have been with the way you've been moving and stuff, bro. Seriously, man.
Yeah.
Like I've been watching, your tag matches and shit, and
Yeah.
just the repertoire you've been coming up with, man. Your moves and shit, your segments, they're nice with it, bro. They're nice
Thanks,
with
man.
it. I give
Yeah,
you straight props.
23 years. 23 years already.
Yeah,
Shit.
damn,
yeah, man. But shit, you couldn't. If I was to know, I wouldn't be able to tell, brother. To be honest with
Yeah.
you, I'd say you'd have like maybe 10, 11 years in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because how good your footwork is
Hmm.
and your psychology. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, for
But
sure.
bro, you're fucking ripping it, man. I give you total props, man.
Appreciate it, brother.
That's
Thank you.
cool, man. So check it out. My homeboy's been dying to ask you some questions. So I'm
Okay.
gonna hand it over to them for a little bit. So who wants to go first, brother?
Fucking
hit it up, Ash.
all right, yeah. Hey, bro, remember that I don't know if you came up with the move. You know what I mean? But that one that I told you that I'm stealing,
There was a bunch of those.
man, that move was the shit. I was trying to explain it to Manny. I was like, bro, you gotta see this fucking move he did. Like, it's fucking amazing. I
Is
wish
it
like somebody in WWE would use that shit. You know what I mean?
is it the
Don't say that
corner
too
spot?
loud.
Yeah, the corner, the fuck was
Yeah,
it
yeah,
backdrop
yeah.
and then the backdrop room?
Yeah. So the double bed at the back.
Dude, it's,
Holy shit! I gotta
man,
check it out.
you gotta
I
see
haven't
that
seen
shit,
that one.
I
man.
haven't seen it.
Oh, dude,
I'm
it's,
not
it's a
gonna lie, I
beauty,
haven't
man.
seen it.
You gotta see that shit, bro. You came up with that, right?
Yeah, I did it. I actually did the first time I did it on Jay Lethal years ago, maybe like 10 years ago. It was just a corner, and then I was like, oh man, if I could just hold on to him, I could just do it one more time, and that's when I added the second one.
Yeah, that shit looks so fucking beautiful, man. I'm like, God damn, good shit. Do you have a name?
That's
Yeah,
cool.
Like, that'd be hard to come up with a name for that. You know what I mean?
yeah, I just call it the Marvel Special.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
There you
Yeah.
go.
There you go.
Yeah,
MS, motherfucker, MS.
Yeah.
oh, shit. But yeah, which brings me to a question that I got. So when you're training your wrestlers and shit, right?
Right.
Do you help them come up with moves? Like, do you sit at home and be like, man, maybe this move would fit to this certain wrestler, this person? You know what I mean?
No, they actually they do a lot of they watch a bunch of stuff. So they go home and they Google like matches or they YouTube, and then they say they have an idea. Then I
Mhm.
help them get into it, make it easier, make it something that they could pretty much hit on anybody.
Right.
So they come up with the idea, and then I pretty much polish it off.
That's
That's
good
cool,
shit,
man.
man. Yeah, this fucking real.
Yeah, being it,
You know,
that's
it's
what me and Monty used to call it, being in the lab, being in the lab. And it's funny, you know what? But speaking of that, fucking Shaggy's putting his EP together, and he says the same thing. He calls it being in the lab, bro. at the studio. So I'm like, that's what's up is sitting there watching old school wrestling and writing down the spots and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He does the same thing with rapping. You know what I'm saying? He's got his notepad and whatever comes to mind, he puts down and sees if he can place it here, if it'll work. It's crazy, man. Psychology's a motherfucker. When like I says, they wrestled for everybody. So they do the same thing with the music, which is badass, man.
Yeah, for sure. It all starts with an idea and then becomes something bigger.
That's cool, man. And now, have you
training the trainer?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, when I was training the trainer, he would go hide, like he'd roll outside the ring and he'd go hide in the corner and shit, right? And then he'd come back in and say, "Let's try this move." And then he'd pull the move and we'd be like, "Where the fuck did he come up with that shit?" Yeah. And then I followed him to his little corner and he had a PSP and he had SmackDown on that bitch and he was on the creative player and he's just scrolling down on all the fucking moves. And I was like, "Is that where you're getting your shit?" And he's like, no. "Shit, look at that." But and those games do have a lot of like dope ass moves because they pull from like the company pulls from the Japanese shit, you know what I mean, and all around. Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, that's what he was doing.
Everything I do is pretty much in the ring. They give me an idea and I just think about it in there, and then we evolve it from there. And since we have like 30 students, I'm able to get like at least 15 of them for them to try it on 15 different people, see if it works.
Pause right there, brother. Pause right there. Pause. I got the flag on the play. Fucking 30 students, brother.
Yeah,
that's fucking awesome, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
Fucking congratulations.
Let's rewind it back.
Hell yeah, 30 students, man.
30. Yeah.
That's a lot.
God, that's awesome, bro. Seriously.
That is good shit, man.
Yeah, they know where to go. They know where to go, man. I mean, shit, not even just for Texas, just for wrestling, period.
Exactly. Fuck yeah, Manny.
Yeah. Right. Go ahead, KFT. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
Saying like 30 paying students.
Yeah, 30 paying students, yeah.
Because most schools pack like about 8 loyal ones and then 15, right? 15 total and only 8 are loyal.
Yeah, I got like 15 loyal whoever graduated, and they still train every day, 4 days a week, and then they go out and do their shows on the weekends.
Yeah.
So I mean, I usually tell them, it's better to stay ready than to try to get ready. So they need to be prepared all the time, because if you just graduate and then just walk away and think you know it all, then you're in the wrong mindset. You have to keep on learning and continue to get better, because you can't get better just sitting at home.
Yep. That's awesome.
Definitely, man. Well, the guy that we trained with, that dude was a real fucking slime ball, bro. No, he was like, and I'm not trying to diss him, no, but he was cool and everything. I met him in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But fuck, man.
That's a real good place to find your trainer, bro.
No, bro, I didn't believe his ass. I didn't believe him at all and shit. But it turned out to be true. I'm the fucking #1 promoter of Lucha Libre in Colorado. I was like, shut the fuck up, because I was drawing Scott Hall, right? And then he came up and he's like, "Hey, bro, is that Scott Hall?" And I was like, "What the fuck? You know who this is? That's my favorite wrestler." So that's how it started, because but he was a real fucking asshole, bro.
I go pick him up from jail and shit, right? Gets in the car and he's like, "I met a trainer." What? He's all fucking pro wrestling. Where? He's all in jail. Go to his gym, and I was like, "You're fucking lying." And then next thing you know, he's like, got his address and everything. We headed down there, and sure enough, this guy had a school with a ring and all this shit. Like about 10 students in there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Got in there and beat the shit out of us.
Yeah, that's old school.
Exactly.
I can't do that anymore.
Oh, I do it to see if they're gonna come back, if they got enough heart. Fuck that shit, man. Get that shit out of here. Fucking Hulk Hogan breaking somebody's leg and shit. Breaking Hulk Hogan's leg. Fuck that. Yeah, man. It's crazy.
A bitch for doing this. I'm not a bitch for doing this or calling them out, right?
Yeah.
But this really hurt my feelings, man. He put out a card one time and he said Mystico was gonna be there.
Oh, I was gonna bring that
right.
up.
but it wasn't Mystico. It was his son underneath the Mystico mask. And people showed up, and they thought they saw Mystico in the ring, and it wasn't him. You know.
Wow.
But
Well, we should have known though, bro. His name was Mystical USA.
no, he put USA like in small type letters on the bottom, just in case, right?
Fine
Just
print.
in case.
You got to read that
Yeah.
fine print all the time.
Yep.
Mother-
Just in case. But the people were there for Mystico, and they were chanting and showed up with shirts, and he was selling merch, and I was like, damn, that's messed up. You don't do that.
Yeah.
But see, that's what's crazy is because when a worker starts his own promotion, he wants to run it right. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the person.
Yeah.
He's not in it for the money. He's in it for making the kids happy and putting over his friends and giving them a stage to perform on. Am I wrong, Marvel?
Yeah, you have the good ones and then you have the bad ones. There's more bad ones than good ones, though.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yep. And that just leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and then you don't want to explore new territories because you're afraid that they're gonna end up being just like this promoter over here and this and that, man. You know, yeah. 'Cause I remember when I went to San Antonio, before I met Marvel, I was at this is when I'm not gonna say which organization, but they were what was it? Is it Slitterbomb out there? The water park?
Splashtown.
Yeah, Splashtown. So there was an organization from San Antonio that was doing a free show at Splashtown like
Free.
once a week or whatever.
Free.
You know, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. So I paid my respects. I watched. I waited till the show was over.
All right.
I went up and I asked one of the guys who the promoter was, you know, and then they were like, "Oh, he's right here," and they introduced me. I introduced myself, and then his name happened to be Rudy, and I'm not gonna say his last name, but anyways, so this guy tells me, and I was like, "Well, you know, I'm from Michigan. I train with Dan Severn, blah blah blah." I says, "You know, I'm just looking to get outside the state. You know, I'm down here on vacation. I'd really like to, you know, just do my thing." And he's like, "Well," and then I got to say it like he said it. "Well, if you can work, you work." And I was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck? Did that dude just really tell me this shit? Not let me get in the ring. Let me see your footwork. Let me just roll around with somebody for a couple minutes. Let me see what you got, whatever, whatever. Or come to the next show. I'll throw you on curtain jerker, whatever, whatever. Nothing. No, man. But he knows, Marvel knows who I'm talking about. And
Yeah.
he knows that guy was a piece of work, man. But
Yeah.
I didn't let that bother me. My boy Monty hooked me up with Hot Stuff Hernandez, which in return ended up hooking me up, and that's how I got a chance to meet, you know, Marvel and the handful of other guys. And like I told you guys before, man, when I talk about a stand up dude, fucking Marvel's been stand up since day one, since we met. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. He's always been on the up and up, and then
So hold
later
on, Manny.
on-
Hold on, Manny. That's how you
Yeah.
met him?
huh?
Is that how you met him?
Yeah, I met him. I met him by being on this show. Yup, by being on this show, and it was outdoor show. It was outside of a pool hall.
Okay.
It was crazy. Hey, swear to God, bro, it was outside a pool hall. But this is in San Antonio, so you can do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Great weather. You ain't got to worry about no
Exactly.
rain and shit.
Mhm.
But that's how I met Marvel, man. And like I says, we've been homeboys ever since, man. And I appreciate that, man. And
Marvel was like, who the hell is this guy? He ain't big enough.
Nah.
This
That was for River City Wrestling.
yes, yup, RC Dub.
Is that where you wrestled Necro Butcher?
Yeah. It was the second time because what happened
Okay.
was I was supposed to wrestle there, and the dude blew me off. You know what I'm saying? And hot stuff. He was just like, "Look, bro." He said, "Don't leave." He said, "I apologize for what happened. We're gonna hang out afterwards, and we'll talk." So afterwards, when the show was over and stuff, we went to a bar, and of course these dudes, man, were getting free drinks and everything, and so they were hooking me up with a couple free drinks. And I was like, damn, man, I appreciate it. And then I got on the show at a church. They were doing the show at some church off of Military.
Oh yeah, that's Hope of Glory, I
Yup.
think.
So and they end up putting me number 2, second match, and I end up working a guy that was a jobber, and anyways, we put together a good match.
Okay.
So we're working the match, and halfway through the match, we get an RC Dub chant. Everybody from the fucking back goes out looking through the curtains, is like,
Yeah.
the fuck are these dudes doing to get an RC Dub chant? And it's the second match of the night. You know what I'm saying? But we just, like I said, it just psychology, and he listened to it. And I think that's what helped put me over, like I said, with Marvel and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrestled for that guy that night. And then he had a couple more shows. And then we start talking about the Fedia. Start talking about, what he, and I was like, well, look, I wasn't booked, blah, blah, blah. I said, pay me what you think that I deserve. So he paid me. And then later on, we talked on the phone a couple of days later, and he asked me how much I charged. And then I told him that I got paid in Michigan. He, I don't know, I guess took it as disrespect or whatever, but the rest of the shows for that summer, I wasn't on. And then Rude Boy wasn't able to make it for some family emergency. He was supposed to Necro Butcher. So
Yeah.
Hot Stuff called me up, and he was just like, hey, man, how quick can you get to San Antonio? I says, 4 hours. I'm in Harlingen right now. He's like, cool, man. He says, do you mind working Necro? I said, fuck no. Necro's cool. That's my boy from Michigan. I've kicked it with him. And that happened to be, I know you're familiar with JC Dub, right?
Yeah.
So I'm talking to the guys. So you remember Mosh Pit Mike and Chewy Martinez?
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
Yep.
So this was Chewy Martinez's first match. We ended up tagging together against Necro Butcher and then this other guy, and we tore it up. Me and Necro tore it up, man. Well, the other guys did too a little bit, but as soon as they got in the ring, they looked at each other, they rolled out the ropes, and they grabbed the weapons and just start throwing the weapons in the match. And me and Necro are looking at each other like,
what
the fuck are you doing? Like, you build up to that shit. You don't just give it away.
Like, no foreplay.
Exactly, man. So, anyways, man, the show must go on. We end up doing our thing, and it was awesome, man. And like I says, I stayed in contact with Marvel, and I can't think of the guy's name. Marvel. He was like Hawaiian, on the Smash Machine.
Oh yeah, Ikaiko.
Yeah, he still stays in touch with me and hits me up on Facebook every once in a while. He went back home and had a family and shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, with that, the reason why I tell that story is Marvel started to do his own thing, started his own promotion. And when I went down to San Antonio for the summer, I got a hold of Chewy, and he was able to get a hold of me, and they talked and they put me on, and I did a couple matches with them for them, and it was awesome, bro. I had a blast. I did my thing. The fans went over, you know what I'm saying, and they were just like, who the fuck is this big ass dude from jail? You know what I'm saying? But it was cool, man. And like I said, just seeing fucking Marvel and the rest of the boys and everything, it was awesome to have San Antonio remember me years later after one match. You know what I'm saying? And like I says, you've only gotten better, brother. You've only gotten better. I give you props, man. So how is it? How do you like the promotion side of it?
Yeah.
Being a promoter.
I mean, that's pretty easy for me because I mean, I've been around it my whole career, so I've learned from so many different promotions and promoters, and working with like bigger companies, I see how they run stuff. Most people would just be in the back and chilling out. I was trying to learn as much as possible and see how they ran things. So I do that with my own school. I have a process, and we draw pretty good for a wrestling school. We drew this last show. We did it on January 1st, which I didn't think was going to draw well. We did almost 150 people.
Good shit.
That's what's
God
up.
damn.
Fuck
And
yeah,
that's
man.
just with students, not we had Chase Owens, but like, not that discredit him or anything, but he was the only name on the card, and we drew almost 150 people, and that's just with students by ourselves.
That's
Damn,
awesome,
man.
man.
What
That's
is it?
awesome.
What's your promotion?
It's just a hybrid school of wrestling that we just call it the hybrid experience.
Oh,
And we
right.
just run
See,
our.
I thought it was where Key Vibes is champ.
That's the RCW. That's a different company,
Okay.
but we work for them as well.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. I was thinking that maybe that's the one that you're running, but
We
no,
we
man,
help
good
we
shit.
help with that one. We agent matches. We help run the card and all that stuff. That's River City Wrestling. That's the one that he was talking about the outside on the with the
Oh,
pool
all
tables.
right. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same
Oh, that
place.
one's it. Cause they have pretty good cards here and there. Like you know what I mean. I follow them and shit. They got
Yeah,
good shit. They got good shit. You know, good.
yeah. They pretty much sell out every show.
Oh, do they?
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shit, dude, they're doing good then, right? Because I know
But
they throw a
shit.
show for WrestleMania too, right?
Yeah, we actually, yeah, we did this past one in Dallas. I did my own show. He did his own show in Dallas, and we had
Nice.
we were going up against WrestleMania, and that was another place. Having my own school do a show like in another city, and we still drew over 100 and something people.
Fuck yeah.
That's pretty good. You know what I mean? I had a
Yeah,
Fucking
man.
bunch of names,
awesome.
but yeah, it was a good deal.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
It
Damn.
is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I know there's a handful of promotions in San Antonio, and you're all they say all the time is you're all competing for the scraps. You know what I'm saying? But what your shit brings to the table, man, is phenomenal, man. I mean, I ain't trying to blow smoke or nothing like that. I'm real talk. Anybody that knows me knows that I keep it real, and your product that you have, man, like I said, is just getting better and better and better, bro. And I'm proud to say that I can call you my friend and a fellow brother in arms. You know what I'm
Same
saying?
here, man. Same here.
But yeah, bro, I'm so
He's
proud
my
of you,
friend
man.
too, Manny. He's
Yes,
my
he
friend
is.
too.
He is your friend now.
I'm
Okay.
everybody's friend. Everybody's friend.
Okay. I don't know about Ash, but he's my friend.
He's making moves for me. Fuck.
Yeah. We could call that corner spot Ash Wednesday.
There you go.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Ash Wednesday, that's the shit, man. Dude, for real, that's cool. I like it. But yeah, man. You know what? I wanted to ask you because I kind of don't remember last time you were here, like, or when you were on, what we asked you and whatnot. But you're a high flyer, right? And so who was your favorite wrestlers growing up and shit?
I'm not as high flyer as I used to be. I'm gonna be 45, so I'm trying to keep it as low as possible now.
All right.
But just everybody who I emulated in my wrestling style was like Chris Jericho, Eddie Guerrero, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels.
Oh,
Those are the guys that I took moves from and made it my own. So I
You know
try to
what?
emulate. They were all about my size and everything, so I try to turn their moves into my moves, and I kind of got away with it for the last 20 years.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that in your style. Seriously,
Yeah, me
bro.
too.
All of them that you
Yeah,
just
me
said, I
too.
could see that shit. That's fucking badass, man.
Yeah, man. I see Dean Malenko all day with some of the shit that he pulls. You know what I'm saying? And the move, the like I says, I don't know if the right word for it, but the repertoire is just this is gonna flow good with this and that. I mean, it's a chess game. He's thinking 3 moves ahead already,
Right.
and it just flows. His flow is just nice with it, bro.
Yeah.
Seriously, bro.
No,
Appreciate
I
it.
remember when I was still running, I had talked to him before about bringing a van load up to Michigan and having them on the show and being able to give them so much money for the whole van. And then them, selling gimmicks and everything else like that. But my fans seeing some different wrestlers and stuff instead of the same old, and the same thing for his students is instead of wrestling the same people over and over, wrestle some new cats and get different experiences and stuff. But then I got hurt, you know what I mean? I still have my ring,
Hold on, Manny.
But
Manny,
uh,
remember that one time that you told me that fucking you said that I'm not trying to diss you, bro, or nothing, right? But
oh
yeah, that you're telling me how you paid one of your wrestlers and that it was a sandwich and a soda, and I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like,
bullshit, fool.
you
I said
did.
that's what I got paid. I said that's what I got paid.
Huh.
It wasn't a
So
sandwich, fool. It was a fucking hot dog.
I was gonna say
It was a
probably
hot
it
dog,
was a hot dog.
2 hot dogs, and a can of Fagel. In
Oh,
fucking
fuck that. No
Indiana.
shit.
I
Bun
swear
or
to
no
God,
bun?
I
Buns
drove.
or no buns?
They had buns, but no toppings.
Hold on, but
No
you
No
took
condiments.
toppings? No.
They
Ketchup
put all
packets
that shit
don't go
away.
for that much.
So it was crazy, bro. I swear to God, I went all the way down to Indiana, which is probably where it was at in Indiana. I was probably it was
man.
probably like a good 8 hour drive one way, and that's what I got paid was 2 hot dogs and a can of Fago.
Imagine the dude
Performed
that
a little
just had
better,
the death
Manny.
match. Huh?
I performed a little bit better. Shit.
Work.
I couldn't perform no better. Shit, unless
It
I was
was like 2 chops, body slam,
No, you know what, Marvel?
2 hot dogs and a can of pop.
A soda. But
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sometimes you
Marvel.
take what you can get. Sometimes you can take what you can get.
Fuck, dude, I'd
Exactly.
be pissed, man. I'd be like, the fuck, I'm all bleeding and shit. That's my ketchup. You know what I'm
That's why
saying?
you get half up front for
He-
those matches.
Right?
He's
Yeah.
all
Am I
limping
wrong,
away with his
Marvel?
hot dogs and shit.
Yeah.
For
Pissed
those
off to
blood
his car.
matches, you get half up front, brother. You hey,
Yeah.
put that money in my hand before I bleed.
Oh,
Well, fuck me. Shit.
hey, all right. Hey, Marvel, so you seen Manny wrestle, right?
Yeah, a few times, yeah.
Like,
Maybe like a
who do
handful
you
of
think
times.
he's like? Because I really liked Manny's wrestling. He was the shit. He was really good.
I kind of see like the Bam Bam Bigelow kind of style.
That's what I was gonna say
He
too.
can
Thank
move,
you.
you know, he's a big
Yeah.
guy for his size, and every time I saw him, that's what I thought of, you know,
Yeah,
just his physique and
100%.
style and everything.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. No, for real.
Thank you, man. Real
Massive
talk. That
compliment.
means a lot, brother. Thank you.
Bro, Bam
sure,
Bam
man.
for life, you know. But
Bam
yeah,
is one of the greatest of all time.
fuck
Yes, sir.
yes, sir, man. Fuck yeah. Shit, man.
He was on what's that movie called with Wayne?
Major Pain.
Major Pain.
Yeah.
Major Pain.
So check it out, man. You've been doing so much stuff, and like I said, some of our fans are not necessarily wrestling fans. They're not necessarily juggalos, this and that, whatever. So since it's been almost a year, tell us, because we've seen it because we stayed in touch. You know what I'm saying? But tell the people what you've been doing with like the WWE and AEW
Definitely.
this past year.
Oh man, like we pretty much get our students on every time they come to Texas. We've had a few students, you know, do some matches, been on TV, depending what they're asked for. But every time they come into Texas, they usually have 3 or 4 of our students every time they come in.
That's
We've
awesome.
had a few AEW guys, students go up there and do security stuff, but it's always an opportunity no matter what it is, either your security or if you get a match. Any opportunity is good for a company like that. Get their eyes on there, you know, put that on their resume or whatnot. But everything we try to do, we kind of do it for the students and trying to get them, you know, to get out there and get their face noticed. Like right now, a few of them are in Laredo. They usually have training on Mondays, so they're doing a big Laredo show tonight. So
Oh wow.
Yeah.
it's just one of those things. Of as much as opportunities you can get, you know. And you've seen a lot of the students that we have. I mean, a lot of them are getting their name out there. They're doing really good, and I hope they keep doing that. You know, it's just one of those things. You know, I tell people I set the bar high, not that I don't want you to reach it, but I want you to feel that when you get there, it meant something. You know, because some people set the bar so high that they can never get to it, but I want them to get to it so that way they feel accomplished and keep going after that, you know, and go to the next bar and the next level, the next everything. Because if you
Yeah.
settle, then that's when you get lazy and you get complacent and then you stop.
Right.
Yeah. This is very true, man. Like you said, when you get to the point where you think you know it all, I mean, shit, I was in the game 17 years before my injury, and I was still learning. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Severin, my trainer, he said the same exact thing. When you think that you know everything, it's time to quit because you're still gonna learn something. He said, but if you're at that point, he said, pull the plug. He's like, you're done. You know what I mean? And I was just like, damn, that's some real shit. You know what I'm saying? For your trainer to tell you this, but it's the truth. It's the truth. So we had two of your students. We were blessed to have two of your students again on the audio, and we're trying to get them. Actually, I want to say, um, Miss Miss Michelle, which is
Right.
her new name is what?
Michelle.
Ash?
Yeah, she's actually contracted to that WoW Women of Wrestling now. She does that
Yes.
GG. She's
That's
at
fucking
GG.
awesome.
There you go. Right.
So
Yeah,
we're gonna be having
when I
Gigi
heard
on
that
next week.
Right. Fuck yeah.
I heard about that shit, I was like, damn, that's fucking dope. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that Marvel's able to have students that, that go that route. For anyone who thinks he's bullshitting, like slap him in the face with that.
No,
Right?
man.
And not only that, man, I was sitting there watching WWE. I forgot if it was SmackDown or Raw, and I saw another one of his students on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Casey Black Rose is doing really good. He wrestled on, I think it was main event last year. He wrestled Keith Lee before Keith Lee took off. But we had like Brandon Weiss, and then we had Key Vibes was on there. She did some stuff
Yep.
with the Miz.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of stuff that they're always getting an opportunity to be on TV somehow.
And for those who don't know, is Vibes' his favorite wrestler is the Miz.
Right. Yeah. So it came
Told us
like full
about that
circle
shit.
for her. Yeah.
Wow.
That's like fucking connecting it together. Like, goddamn,
Well,
Yeah.
you did some of like the security shit, right? When the securities come to the ring and shit, you did that, right? In WWE.
Yeah, I did that a while back, like in 2006, 7 or so, 8 around.
How does it feel before you're like, all right, you guys are coming up next? Were you nervous? Because it's the fucking WWE.
Yeah. It's always nervous. You don't want to mess up because you're live, on SmackDown or Raw or whatever. It's always live, so they're just like, hey, we got to do this. We're gonna be there in 30 seconds. Don't fuck up.
Dude, I couldn't do it.
Don't fuck up.
Yeah, it's just crazy that a company that large and that big, trust you to not mess up, and they put their product in your hands, even if it's just for 30, 40 seconds or whatever it is, for that spot. They're trusting you with their talent. They're trusting you with everything. You know what I mean? So that takes a lot for a company that big to trust independent wrestlers,
I think you went a little too lightly on that because it's the company.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
Whereas Jim Cornette calls it the evil empire.
Yeah.
But
that's
it's
the place
the
everybody
one.
wants to work, though. That's the.
It's the one. You know what I mean? So you went a little lightly there.
Yeah,
So
man. So
to get that, to be a guard and get ready and it's live, that's fucking awesome, man. I can't believe you did that.
Yeah,
it's fucking dope as shit.
I had a segment with like Shawn Michaels and Edge. It was like in New Orleans or something, and we had to do like a pull apart and stuff on that, and that was pretty cool. So we did it twice, 2 segments. One was in the fans, and then one was in the backstage area. So you have these 2 top guys, Hall of Famers, and you have to like take care of them and not make sure you don't hurt them, and just still make the segment look as well as they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Man, I'm getting tired of everyone else meeting Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Ridiculous already. Everyone's meeting Shawn Michaels.
You're right. Who was last time somebody said something about Shawn Michaels too, huh?
Your boy Manny over here is like, yeah.
I did. I told.
Oh yeah, it was fucking Manny
at the Royal Rumble when it was.
that's
right.
What
Joe Louis Arena when John Cena came back, and he was number 30, and he drove that Mustang through that glass, and it was a blacked out Mustang, black windows, black paint job, and then he drove it through the glass, and then he stepped out, and then yeah. So I was at the backstage. He said they were like, well, "Where were you at?" I said, "I was in catering, shit, watching it." You know what I'm saying? And they were like, "Damn, that was cool, man." So I told them who I met, and I was just like, it was a blessing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was and I'm saying it like nothing, and these guys are like, then KFT's like, what? Wait, you met Shawn Michaels? And I was like, yeah. I says, he was cool. And then they were like, holy shit. And I said, I kicked it with Rey Mysterio for about 20 minutes watching X Games, the snowmobile games where they were doing flips and shit with snowmobiles.
Mhm.
And he's just looking at it and he's just like, the shit they do with these machines. I said, who you telling, brother? I says,
Right.
you couldn't get me to do that shit. And he started laughing. He said, right? So yeah, we kicked it for a little bit, man, and that was cool as shit. But who have you made any connects in Mexico?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that too.
Right now, I'm pretty cool friends with Alberto Del Rio. I know he barely started his stuff coming up this
Mm.
past 6 months and stuff. So he's getting all that squared away. He's one of the guys that, just pops into the school every once in a while, and I'll
Oh,
get a
shit.
text from him or whatnot. So I mean, he went through a lot of hard times and stuff, and I stood
Right.
through him, the last couple of years, and that meant a lot to him. And so he's always been my friend and remained my friend, and pretty much helped promote it. And his daughter had a birthday last year actually, and they were able to do like a small little wrestling match in my school in one of the rings. So it was him and his daughter versus his brother and I think it was his brother and one of my students. So they did like a little tag match, and it kind of made her dreams come true. So he thanked me for that, and he's like, "I'll never forget it." So it's cool things to do like that for somebody that was a former world champion and to have a name and a family legacy the way he does to, just to still be cool with me and be my friend and text me Merry Christmas or whatnot. So
That is crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's the guy that I have pretty much in Mexico. So whenever he's ready to use some of my students, he'll give me a call and let me
Good
know what's
shit,
up.
man.
that's
See, and
cool, man. That's cool as
that's the
fuck,
dope
brother.
shit that he says. He says my students.
Yep.
I mean, he's not Triple Hing the situation.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. Marvel is a stand-up dude, man. I put my name on it. That's why he was when we start talking about who we wanted to put on the show and this and that, and I was just like, I want to put somebody on that I can vouch for, and
Mhm.
I do vouch for him. And like it says, they love the first interview, but now that
Yeah,
they can put a face to the
Right.
name and stuff, and so
yeah.
hey, speaking of that, 2-1, 2-1, 210 kicks. Cabron, you better be going and supporting hybrid wrestling, man. You're sitting there in San Antonio, and I know you like wrestling, and I know you support Talks Hit. I know you support Shaggy Two Dope, man, and in the Shaggy Show. But you got to support these, man. Even if you go check out one show, it don't matter.
Mm.
Just go there and tell them, say, fucking Talks Hit sent you, man.
That's
And
right.
they're gonna take
Look,
care of
look,
you, man. You still gotta pay for a ticket, Cabron. You don't get in free.
look. If the vato says that he's gonna go, we'll send him a Tox Hit shirt so he can show up with it.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah, yeah.
go.
It's
You know what I
That's
mean?
our next
exactly.
show's February 25th at 3 p.m. at the Hybrid School of Wrestling.
All
Oh
right.
shit.
Then
Yeah.
Marvel can go up to him and say, "What the hell's that on your chest?" Just bam, rip it
Yeah.
off and shit.
All right.
Fuck Tox Hit.
Yeah.
Give me that money for that ticket.
Exactly. Give me double. Give me double.
Right.
So
No
and
hot dogs here.
how do you feel about wrestling nowadays though? Where do you think it's at? Like, are you
I mean, yeah, like with the pandemic, it kind of like slowed it down. But right now, I think shit, AEW and WWE are doing some stuff. It's
Right.
it's on the rise. I mean, so many people are getting opportunities.
Mhm.
A lot of people are getting extra work all the time. It's like they're actually like it seems competitive again. Before, it was just like it was kind of like they just glorified AEW as like a big
Mhm.
indie promotion with fat pockets, but they're making waves. You know what I mean? They're doing stuff with MJF and they're getting some
Right.
good making their own stars. So it's good, man. Like I think any company that picks you up, either WWE or AEW, you that's a good opportunity regardless. But like the independents, there's so many independents now. It's there's no reason why you shouldn't be wrestling every weekend.
Yeah.
But I think wrestling, it says like everything else, it has its ups and downs, and right now I think it's at its ups right now, and I think it's only going to get bigger the next 2 years.
Shit, man. What about so for you like for your promotion, like let's just say to come over here where I live, like to throw a show, how is it too much work to do?
Is that Vegas?
No. I live in Oklahoma.
Nah, bro, he was lying about that shit.
You said Oakland,
He's
bro.
in Oklahoma, brother.
Oh,
Which was the
He
Vegas
was
one?
huh?
Which one's who's in Vegas?
No one's in Vegas. It's because I thought he was talking about the Raiders because I like the Raiders.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I live
I
in
thought you were talking
Oklahoma.
about. I was gonna say because some of my students are wrestling in Vegas in March or something like that,
Oh
Oh
shit!
shit.
so
Goddamn,
they'll
man.
be there. Yeah, I have a few going in. They're going to Georgia next month, and then I think it's Vegas right after that.
That's cool, man.
But I've had students go and wrestle in Oklahoma. I can't remember the promotion, Fix or Flex or something like that type. But like in Oklahoma, you have all those. You have to have blood work and you have to have all that stuff. So it's a pain in the ass to do stuff in Oklahoma. But
Oh,
my
is it?
students do get out there and wrestle for people out there. So
see.
they get their blood work and they get their I forgot what the other thing they need for it. Their license to
Yeah.
wrestle. So if I were to have to
See,
wrestle in
that's shit that
Oklahoma or
people
do a
don't
show in
know.
Oklahoma, I'd have to get all that prepared first.
I didn't
Yup.
know
So it's a
that.
little bit of a
Damn,
pain in the
man.
ass.
The
You got
fuck?
to have a
It'd be-
hepatitis test because I had to get a license when I wrestled one time in fuck, it wasn't Oklahoma.
Louisiana,
I
maybe.
think it was
Louisiana
maybe
does it.
Missouri. Maybe
I know
Missouri.
Louisiana does it.
All right.
Yeah. So it was somewhere like that, and I did all that, man, and then you got to pay $30 for the fucking license, and they had guys there. I swear to God, bro, they had like two guys there, one with the clipboard and shit, and they were going through, and then they talked to each person that
Mhm.
was on the show, and they cross it off if you had your stuff and everything. If you did, you buy, you're not on the show.
Yeah.
It was crazy,
Damn.
bro.
Yeah, and then they have a medic there checking you and all that stuff too. So it's a
Fucking,
big
That's the
process.
first time I ever heard of this shit.
I mean, too. It seems like if what, and then you have to cut weight too, like in the UFC and shit. That's what it sounds like.
Nah, you just got to be healthy.
Yeah. They don't want nobody having some dangerous shit getting it all in Oklahoma.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what would be the shit, Marvel, if you could do for me, and probably my brother would like this too. If you could tell Del Rio that we really fucking like supported him in Pride when he fought in Pride FC. We really,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
trust me, like goddamn, we're like, come on. And then you know that he wore the mask and shit still. I was like, goddamn,
Yeah.
that dude's got
I'll let
balls.
him know.
Yeah, let him know, man, because he's got balls for fighting Crow Cup. I can't believe he did that shit, huh?
Yeah.
And he
I mean,
fought Tito in Texas.
he fought here in San Antonio too. He fought Tito
Yeah,
Ortiz,
he
I
fought
think.
Tito.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there for that one, dude.
He really gave him that title? Like, because he gave Tito the real WWE championship, right? That he held.
He might have, I'm not sure, but I know they did like a bet, like if he
No,
won,
no.
he would like do like a charity thing or something like that. But I don't remember the whole deal was, but Del Rio has a bunch of like all his championships he's won. He has all the replicas there at his house and stuff.
All right, yeah,
That's
because
cool,
Tito
man.
was gonna give him the UFC when if Tito lost and shit. So that was a good bet, you know. But
Yeah.
You know
So
what?
who-
I learned something
Oh,
from
sorry.
Sabu, Ash.
what?
It was a work. was a
Mr.
work.
Sabu.
Mr. Sabu, as
was a
Mr.
work.
Sabu told me, it was all a work. Crushed
This
my
dude,
dreams.
man. So does Del Rio, does he have he had to like open up a restaurant or something, right, in San Antonio?
Yeah, he had a restaurant for a couple years and then he got into that whole situation and then he stopped it and then he had his own boxers and brawlers. I think he still has that right now.
No,
It's just like a small gym for boxers and people who do like shoot stuff. He has that opened up. And then he does I think he does a bunch of stuff with his kids now. He's pretty much a family dad now, just making sure he's taking care of his kids and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's going that route, which is pretty good.
yeah.
That's cool, man. And like I says, man, I've never met the guy, the young man, you know what I'm saying? But there again, I know you, and if you say he's cool, then he's cool, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what's up, man. Yeah. Cause like I says, I mean, I talked to Chewy before and I was like, well, man, how many times have you wrestled in Mexico? And he was just like, well, I just wrestled like the border towns and this and that, and you know what I mean? And I'm like, well, why didn't you try like, CMLL, you know what I mean, or AAA or whatever. Because I mean, they do the hardcore stuff every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? And he's just like, well, I don't really know, this and that. So that just let me know where his head's at. I still love him. He's like I said, he's one of my brothers in arms, but I know he had a lot of personal stuff going on and stuff like that. So I think that's why he's not really with JC Dub anymore. But Mike's still down, and he lost all that weight, man. Shit, he lost a ton of weight, man. I don't know how he did it, but I'm like, damn. And he still works for JC Dub.
He bled it all out, man.
He what?
Bled that shit out.
Yeah,
All
something.
that
Shit.
He lost the weight by bleeding.
Yo, I seen what's his name, Mosh Pit Mike take like the sickest fucking powerbomb I've ever seen, bro. I don't know if you remember it, Manny. On Violent J's bed.
Oh no, I didn't watch. I wasn't there for that one. That was in your house when they wrestled in fucking inside Violent J's house, man. They had it was nuts, man. Like they tore that house up, bro.
It was funny though when he took that powerbomb on the bed. He's all like, "What the fuck? Like, do I sell or no?" That was good shit, man. But yeah, man. Crazy shit, a lot of good shit. Though. But definitely.
So KFT,
oh yeah,
KFT, what you got, brother? I know you got some good questions you want to ask this young man.
No, what I really want to know is like how does that feel when you push your students out and you see them doing things? And I mean, anyone who's a wrestling fan or anyone who trains for it gets a little bit of something. They get that ridiculous smile from ear to ear. They get that feeling, that pride, that glory. You know what I mean? Like, how does that feel when you see that in them?
It's pretty much like a proud parent, when their kid's doing good in school, doing good in sports, doing good in whatever. It's the same thing. It's just like knowing that I gave them, not gave them, but they earned their spots and stuff. But for me to be able to help them get to where they're at and live in their dreams, you know what I mean? These people had dreams just like I did, and to be the one to help them achieve their dreams and doing this and living their dream, it means a lot, because not many people can say that, not even football coaches can be like, hey, I helped them, do this or do that or whatever. And it's a little bit different with wrestling because there's so many different opportunities. It's not like going to like a college and being like, hey, check this guy out. But there's a lot of people who trust me and respect my name and stuff. So they'll give my students a try out and stuff like that. So that came with years of me sacrificing for, myself and putting work to having these students not saying getting, you know what I mean? Like not writing my name to get to where it was just one of those things where I built up a reputation where these people are respect me enough to allow my students to get on shows. And then once they see them, you know what I mean? And they continue to wrestle there and they prove that, that what I trained them and how I trained them will bring value to their show each time they're on there.
Fuck yeah,
Definitely.
man.
And that shit's dope because the ones that we have talked to, they have mad love and respect for you.
Oh yeah.
Nothing but like good things
definitely.
to say, And if you have that, out in the wrestling circuit or whatever, that's hard to earn in the world of wrestling.
Yeah. It's a cutthroat business, so it's just like, you have a few students who fall out and stuff, but that's just the nature of the beast, not, you can't make everybody happy. You can't, please everybody, but you're going to have those situations. But I try to focus on the ones who are still here and pushing hard and trying to get to the next level each time. And that's why I built the school the way I have with the 4 rings, full gym and everything to get that, so there's no excuse to be like, well, I can't get there when you have everything in front of your face. Every time you come to the school, everything to succeed is there for you.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I mean,
And
have you guys seen this setup?
I haven't, man.
Oh my
I
God,
have in
bro.
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. His setup is fucking phenomenal, bro. This dude's got 4
It's like
fucking
World War III.
in one building.
Right.
And he also has some exercise equipment so that they can learn that they need to take care of their body and they need to start working on their body and stuff like that. Man, dude, that's like some WWE shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What other independent school, you know, I mean, they might have a ring, you know what I'm saying? And but that's it. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no weights and that's you go do that on your own, you know what I'm saying? But that's what he puts into his people and he puts into his school, man. That's why I was just like, damn. And then I was tripping when he had 2 rings in that
Right.
motherfucker. And then he got another one. Then he got another one. I was just like, damn, man. The fuck?
Yeah.
And then you had to switch buildings a couple times, right?
Yeah, I had to keep growing. So it's just like I need to get bigger space, you know.
Well,
So I mean, the closest that I think that has the same kind of stuff as me is Booker T, but he's a millionaire, Hall of Famer, you know, 5-time champion,
Yeah.
all kind of
Exactly.
shit. I go, if I had that much
Yeah.
money, I'd probably have, you know, all that as well. But you can't,
The
I can't compare to Booker, but at least I try and get to as close as possible as like the PC or the way Booker's doing it, you know, and I'm not a millionaire. So I just invested the money smartly and um got things where I needed it to be, and it's been running pretty smooth the last 4 or 5 years.
the more money he made, the longer his braids got. He's got
Hell
them
yeah.
motherfuckers down to his ankles
Shit
now.
is still
dude, you're
growing because
right.
he's still commentating. He's still
Right.
Yeah,
commentating. He was at the Rumble.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
commentated.
He's
It was in
commentating
San
for NXT
Antonio
now.
this year. Did you guys
Oh,
go to the Rumble this year?
Yeah, I was gonna ask
Yeah,
that.
I went.
Damn. Give us some feedback on that.
Shit, I mean, the Royal Rumble. This is probably like because they've had it. The first time they came was like in '97, and then 2017, and then now I've been to all 3 of them. So, it's pretty good, man. The Royal Rumble's pretty exciting. It's one of those things like you never know who's going to come out and
mhm.
stuff like that. And they've been telling a lot of more stories inside the Royal Rumble now than they used to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it's always a cool setup to go to a WWE show because it's the biggest thing on earth. You know what I mean? It's just like the circus, you know. It only comes to
Yeah.
town every once in a while, and well, shit, there's no more circus, but you know what I mean. But it's just one of those things that came to town, and it's just like it puts you in awe because it's the biggest company in the world, and you get to sit there and watch all this glitz and glamour and stars, and then plus the wrestling involved. So it's always a cool thing to go see a show like that.
Fuck yeah.
The Royal Rumble has always been my favorite pay-per-view.
Yeah,
And you know how it happens with wrestling where you're in and then you're out and then you're in and you're out, you know what I mean? You kind of fall off a bit, then you kind of whatever. No matter what happens, I will always watch the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it
agree.
doesn't matter. I will always watch it. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
It's
So
always
being
those
there live,
surprises that get you.
yep. This one really didn't pack any, did it? They didn't
No,
bring
not
they
really.
didn't
I mean,
bring
they had
nobody.
Jake Paul or whatever his name is, and then they had Booker
Jake
T,
Paul.
and I think the women had more surprises than the guys, but
Yeah.
it was
You
still
check
all
that out.
a good show, you know.
Yeah.
I like the women's one better.
Yeah.
Manny don't.
Really, really good.
No, I gave it props, but I didn't understand if they flip flop them like every other year. Do they? Because like I said, I'll be honest. I watched this year, but I didn't watch last year.
Right.
But do they flip flop between the men one first and then the female, and then the next year do they have the women first and then the male? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they have like a particular order. I think it just comes
Yeah.
out to the week of it, and then they just decide what should start the show first or what should not, or I
Okay.
think the reason they started with the men's this time because they had to do the story with Sammy and
Yeah.
Oh,
Roman Reigns. So that was a
Yeah.
bigger. They probably felt that was a bigger finish than what the Royal Rumble would be. So that's why they finished with that. So that's probably why they started off with the men's first.
no,
Yeah.
My question
Bro.
is
Oh, sorry.
why the hell does Nikki Cross keep dressing like Mankind? What's up with that shit?
is she?
Yeah, maybe she's changing her gimmick again. I don't know.
If you were to put a Mankind mask on her, it'd fit like perfect.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She's good. She's
Wasn't
good,
there-
man. I just wish she had more
Wasn't there like
opportunity.
a female Mankind? Wasn't there one?
Yeah, and JCW.
JCW?
Yeah, what was her name, dude?
She had a good name too.
Yeah, she did. It was funny. She's
Awesome name. Chick Foley.
got Chick Foley. Yeah,
Yeah, it was Chick Foley.
I remember. I was telling my homie because he was talking about Ron Jeremy and all that shit he's going through. And I'm a who? I'm a cock Foley. You know what I mean? Like
God, holy.
badass fucking name, you know. But you know what, Marvel? Like, would you like? I bet you. How does it feel that wrestling has gave you all this though? You know what I mean? Like, it's gave you good shit in your life. Like, is this
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
best? Is your students the best thing that wrestling has given you, or is there something else that you could be like, nah, this is better?
I think it's just at the moments while it's happening, you feel something's, like when I was doing WWE work or
Right.
doing like the pay-per-views with TNA, that kind of felt like, oh yeah, this is great. Then something else would happen, something else would happen. Like right now, the school is pretty much the best thing happening for me with the students and them getting opportunities. And I don't know what tomorrow will bring, something else might happen. I don't know. But at this time right now, it's the school and me being able to help 30 individuals, work, get, get to the opportunities they need to get to. And like I said, them living their dream. That's one of the biggest things right now. That's pretty at a high point right now, especially getting, feedback from like Manny and all these guys, all you guys that,
Mm-hmm.
praising me for something like that. That's a big deal.
Definitely, man.
That's like fucking 30 students. He can have his own Royal Rumble and shit.
Hey,
Right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, you
Right.
can.
We're
Shit.
actually
Screw that
gonna we're
shit up.
actually gonna do a war games.
oh
See?
shit!
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's old school, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's dope.
That's
We're
Fuck
gonna get
yeah,
that.
man. But I mean,
So-
it's well earned, brother. It's well earned, man. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like I says, man. I remember when we first met you. You were on your grind as just one of the boys, but you stuck to the grind, and your hustle never stopped, and you're still not stopping. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like I says, I mean, definitely, man. Like I says, shit. Anything that I can do to try to help out, man. Like I says, I'll definitely pass on your name, um, to Shaggy and stuff. And I don't know, man. Maybe he might be able to, hook you up with a spot in JC Dub or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, I
you
know.
know,
I know. I worked with like Corporal Robinson and all those guys. They came down a bunch of times with Chewy. So I know
yep.
those guys, so they kind of know me. Maybe they not might maybe not might remember me, but I know I don't even know if he's affiliated with him anymore. But we
No,
work with a lot of
no,
Juggalo guys there.
Corp's not.
Mm.
But Pondo is. Pondo
Okay,
is.
Oh yeah.
Yep, yep.
Panda.
So yeah, and like I said, we've had Pondo on. We've been blessed. We even had Hoovy Juice.
Oh
We
yeah,
had
yeah,
the juice on, man. So
Okay.
yeah,
yeah,
we've been really blessed with a lot of different people, man, and in different walks of life and in different stages in their career. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's awesome, man. Um, what was I gonna say? Um, what what's one of your favorite matches, man? I mean, I know you've had a lot. You know what I'm saying? So we'll bring it down to the your three favorite matches out of your 23 years. It doesn't matter who it was with or whatever, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's pretty easy for me.
Oh
So
shit!
the first one I'd probably be like I think the Steve Carino when I wrestled Steve Carino.
Oh shit.
Oh
That was a good one. Just because I known him since Ring of Honor when it first started.
Mhm.
yeah,
Um, it was really cool to be in the ring with Steve Carino. Jay Lethal was probably my favorite singles match versus him. We went 20-minute draw. I just
Damn.
tagged with him maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Mhm.
So
uh-huh.
that was pretty cool. And he was
Nice.
another Ring of Honor guy.
Mhm.
But something that the Chavo Guerrero, that's probably one of the more special matches that I
Yeah,
that I kind of hold dear because I wrestled his dad years back,
What the
and I was
fuck?
uh-huh.
able to wrestle. And I was able to wrestle him. So wrestling two Guerreros in a lifetime is pretty awesome. So
Fuck
that's
yeah,
that. Those are the
man.
three top matches of
Man.
as far
Good
as
fucking
singles.
shit, man. Fuck yeah. I like that shit.
Well,
That's
if
awesome,
you're a
bro.
hater, I mean, if you're gonna be a hater, it's like, yeah, it's all right, I guess. Two Guerreros was whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys
Uh,
are okay. I think I vaguely remember their names.
the Guerreros never did anything.
Yeah.
Did anything,
Yeah.
bro.
Hell
But
yeah.
okay, Ash has got a question, and I don't know if he asked it to you last time.
No, I did.
But well,
Yeah, I did.
well, ask him again. Did you give him the choice though between the two movies?
Oh no. All right. Yeah. No, I haven't done that
Okay,
one.
all right.
All right, man. What movie do you think is better, Blood In, Blood Out, or American Me?
Yeah. And it's like making me pick two students. Like, well, what's cool? Like,
either Key
Blood
Vibes or Michelle.
right?
Yeah.
Like Blood In, Blood Out. Like it was funny. It's like because I know Jesse Borrego because he lived here in San Antonio, so I played basketball. Played basketball with him all the time, and then
Oh shit.
I saw him at Salvation Army bowling. Like it was like him, Chris Perez, like a lot of celebrities. It was celebrity bowling. And I saw him, and his mom used to live next door to me for a little while because he grew up here in San Antonio.
Right.
So I mean, to be cool with him, and he was in the movie, but I don't know, man. This both of them are pretty good. You know, I don't know, man. I if I had to choose, if I had a DVD right now, which one I'd watch,
Yeah.
I'd probably watch Blood In, Blood Out.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, me too.
So,
I gotta go with Blood In, Blood Out too.
yeah.
Like,
Did you
Many-
see that we had Popeye on?
You did?
Yeah, we once we started doing the Zooms,
Yeah.
they hooked it up. Who hooked it? Was it KFT, right?
No, it was what's his name?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
The unsaid name, the name not said or whatever, like Harry Potter. But but yeah, man, we were blessed. He was cool as fuck, bro. He
Yeah.
was cool as hell, man.
Yeah.
And it was a great interview, man. A lot of people liked it. You know, and we stayed in contact with them since then. You know what I mean? So that was an honor, man.
Hey, Manny, did you hear what Marvel was saying right now though?
Yeah.
About what?
Who he knows
No, I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance.
from Blood In, Blood Out?
Who do you know?
Jesse Borrego.
You know what? That's Cruz.
That's
Oh.
Crucito.
Yeah, you know what's weird,
Crucito.
Marvel? I named my son after him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I named him Cruz. And happy birthday to my son today, Cruz. You know, he's
Yeah,
7.
yeah. Happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Happy
So yeah,
birthday.
that's crazy, man. I wish I could get a hold of that motherfucker. I've been trying to for years, you know what I mean? But I just can't do. Like, I message him, I email him. Like, even when he had a store with the dude from, and I think it was in San Antonio too, right? The dude.
Yeah, they have.
from,
There's a place called Traders Village where they always sell their shit every Saturday and Sunday. It's like it's like an outdoor flea market. And he's there every Saturday and Sunday, pretty much.
Yeah.
Him and Popeye. I mean, not Popeye.
what's
Puppet.
his name? There you go,
Puppet.
Yeah. What is
Yeah,
it
them
called?
two are always there Saturday and Sunday.
Man, I forgot what their shit is called though. Is it like Crazy Vatos or some shit like that?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but they have their own stores there and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool,
So,
man. Hell yeah.
Damn, that's fucking dope, man.
Hit that shit up.
How that
Yeah.
movie just goes all around.
Yeah.
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 It's a beautiful thing, but
It's crazy.
But yeah, man, you know, we're running short on time to wrap this bitch up. You guys got anything else for Mr. Marvel? Maravilla?
I got a question.
El Maravilla. That's when he
What-
goes to Mexico.
Yeah.
where do you see yourself in like your school and everything within the next 5 years? Like, what are the goals for the next 5 years?
Man, that's one thing that I always wanted. I want to try to at least be affiliated with some type of promotion, whether AEW or WWE, as just like a small like a small affiliation somehow, where like they send people to my school to get better and whatnot. I know they have I know AEW uses like the Nightmare Factory with Cody Rhodes, so and then they have their own performance center with WWE. But you know, just to be affiliated with the bigger company somehow, where they could send guys to get better, to learn, you know, or even if they're rehabbing and they need to send them somewhere to get better or get their timing to send them to our school and stuff. That would be a big you know, a cool goal is to be affiliated with the bigger company somehow.
Yeah, like a OVW.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, some type of way like that. And like I said, I know WWE has their PC, but they have all these guys, and sometimes they don't make it through the first 6 months or something. If they would send them, hey, we need this guy to get bigger, better, or this female need to get better in the next 6-7 months or whatever, and they send them down, that would be pretty cool.
Damn.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, that would be awesome, man, to be able to, be a feeder or like you said, man. I mean, I've seen all the people that when they're in San Antonio that stop by and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Now, who is your other training partner?
Hold on, Manny.
Funaki.
You
Funaki,
took my question, Manny.
Oh shit,
You took
my
my
bad.
question, Manny.
Sorry. I'm hogging up the questions.
We talked about this shit behind the scenes.
I wonder what it was.
That's when you were doing your push-ups, bro. I forgot. My bad. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to pull a sign. I'll make wrestling signs.
Yeah.
Take it home.
We
Take
fucking
it home.
butt in. Shit.
Go ahead, KFT. Go ahead. Do your thing, brother.
So no, I wanted to say for the people that didn't listen to the last one and maybe they're catching it now, and even maybe new people who are in Texas or wherever, how many trainers do you have? What is the full name of your school, and how do things work for them if they're interested?
The full name is the Hybrid School of Wrestling. The owner and the head trainer. We got a conditioning coach by the name of Diego Rene. He used to be one of the regular students. His job is the cardio and conditioning on Mondays. And then we have the entry level. First ring is Brandon Weiss. He helps everybody with their basic stuff, their forward rolls and all the little stuff. And then you get to Funaki's ring, which is the second ring. And he'll teach you all the footwork, ring awareness, stuff that WWE looks for. Then once he gives you the okay, then they move them to the advanced 2 rings, which is where they start putting everything together and start having matches and stuff like that. So once they get, comfortable with having matches and their timing's getting better, then we start putting them on the hybrid shows. And that's when they start getting their feet wet and start, working in front of a crowd and getting all those jitters out, at least as much as possible before we start shooting them out there and putting them on the road and stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Damn, and that's Kaientai's Funaki.
Yes. Yeah.
That shit is dope. And that's the shit that you got your levels.
Yeah.
You don't just throw them out in the wild to just, get their ass kicked. And, that's dope that you got steps to it.
The wrestling business will weed out the weak. We don't have to do that. It'll do it on its own. You know what I mean? So we don't have to beat the shit at anybody. We don't have to torture anybody because, their mind or their body's not going to be able to take it and they'll just quit. So it's something that we try to, we start them off slow, but if they can't make it, then they'll dip, so we don't try to force them out because they'll just.
Wait a minute. Ash had a smirk on his face.
It's because I quit the first day, bro. It's gonna shit fucking hurt, bro. Fuck that shit.
From his trainer that was in jail.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Dude, man, I'm not even gonna talk about that bullshit. That was cement. It wasn't fucking wood or whatever. It hurt, man.
It was cement.
Yeah.
But real quick about Funaki, is he still tagging with his daughter?
No, yeah, you got him confused with Jimmy Wang.
There you go.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
Is Wayne still tagging with his daughter?
Yeah. They still do a tag team and stuff. So I know she's been doing a lot of stuff by herself now, but yeah, he was the first year and a half, he was traveling with her, doing tag matches with her and getting her out there and getting her exposure and teaching her stuff, on the way. Funaki does the commentary for WWE still. He does the Japanese commentary for them.
Yeah.
So he's still part of the
Damn,
WWE.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that shit.
I didn't know that.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, you see them every once in a while when they show the commentators from different people, different countries and shit.
Yeah, that is right. That is right. I remember in WrestleMania they had him on the side, right?
That
is right.
Shit. Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Fucking
That's awesome, man.
That shit.
So does he live in San Antonio too?
Yeah, he lives in San Antonio.
That's crazy.
Okay. That's cool, man. That's cool.
Usa sombrero y todo.
I was wondering if there's any chance that we'd be able to get a couple more students or just some students from your school that would like to, get a little bit of exposure, be on here with us crazy ass guys, and joke around and this and that and have a good time. But just like, maybe somebody who's already graduated, and then maybe somebody who's in training, you know what I'm saying? So we can see the difference.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I know we got we got Miss Michelle, what's her name again? I'm sorry, in WoW is
Gigi.
Gigi. Gigi's gonna be on next week.
Remember when we had her on, Manny?
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's talk about Marvel for a second. We're like, tell us the truth.
Tell us the truth.
He's an asshole, isn't he?
And the thing with her is even though she's signed, she films all the stuff in California. When she comes back to San Antonio, she trains 4 days a week still.
Fucking badass, bro.
So she's still training and getting better. So that way, when she goes back on TV, she has more shit to show them.
Dude,
yeah, that's awesome, man. She's on the grind, bro. She's on the grind, just like you taught her. And then we reached out to Miss Vibes, but we haven't heard from her yet. But we'd love to have her back on if you get a chance to talk to her. But like I says, I'd like to, since we had the two girls, I'd like to interview two guys, and then like I said, at the different levels. You know what I'm saying, and get their input and
hell yeah,
have some good questions for them if it's possible.
I'll see them tomorrow and I'll get it.
Oh, definitely, man.
I'll see them tomorrow and I could get a couple guys to hit y'all up and stuff.
All right, thank you.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
So do you got anything, Ash?
I'm good, man. I'm good to go. What about you?
Okay, so check it out.
I got some things.
Before we end this, go ahead.
Hold up, I got some things. As far as like, for example, I know about two people that run shit here that are always throwing like their little lucha shows and all that shit. You know what I mean? Would there be interest in having you guys, like maybe you and somebody come down and, work with them and whatever, make connections that way? Would you, or do you guys work that way or?
Yeah, man. We I mean, anywhere we get opportunity to show, you know what I mean? That benefits the students no matter what, so I'm willing to travel. They're willing to travel. So yeah, anything is good for them.
Fuck yeah, that's dope. Well, I'll see what I could do to maybe get you guys down to do a show down here. You know what I mean? That shit would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And you can meet them and see the shit that they do.
Yeah.
And they also work. I don't know if the butcher shop is still running. You know if it is, Ash?
I don't know. I don't know shit about them. I haven't seen them on or nothing. But yeah, just tell your students that we'll pay them with Manny's method.
Yep.
Yeah, the hot dog
Sandwich in the soda.
You know what though?
Shit.
I'm not that fucked up though.
Hold up. That. Somebody's gonna take that shit for real.
I'm not that fucked up though. I'm gonna give them 3 hot dogs and a 2-liter.
Oh, Manny.
I'm not that fucked up.
God damn.
As long as
fuck it. I'm gonna make it better. Tacos.
Oh shit.
Mexican glass bottle Coke. That's what I'm gonna give them.
All right. Fucking name, man. Good shit,
all right, man. Before we get off, man, go ahead and tell us where they can check out all your social media and your webpage and everything. Go ahead and let people know, brother.
Yeah, the website is hybridschoolofwrestling.com. The Instagram is Hybrid School of Wrestling. I think there's a Snapchat. I don't know. It's probably Hybrid School of Wrestling. Everything you need to find on Hybrid School of Wrestling is Hybrid School of Wrestling, SOW or anything. We have a Facebook page. We have our guy that runs all that stuff. So anything, man, everything is Hybrid School of Wrestling. They'll be able to find that. That's how people find us all the time because they Google wrestling schools in Texas, and we're usually the first one that pops up.
Oh shit!
Awesome, man. Awesome.
That's why we're getting so many people because our web guy does an awesome job by putting our content out there and keeping up to date with everything. Our YouTube channel is the same way. Hybrid School of Wrestling. They can see all our matches that we do for our student shows. It's up there too. So if they want to check out matches and see what our content is, they could do that as well.
Awesome, brother.
Awesome. I didn't know about the YouTube share. I'll start be checking it out.
So Ash will definitely put that in the description at the bottom. Again, this will be airing this Friday at about 12:30 Friday afternoons. We went live. Let me see what else.
I'm gonna show up to Hybrid as a Sabu bootleg.
Yeah, go
shit.
for it, man.
With the
$10
Z.
at the
Yeah,
door.
man. If you're ever in San Antonio and you want to see some good wrestling, seriously, check this fucking place out, bro. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm serious, man. I mean, I've known this man for years, and he fucking puts in work, bro. I don't give a fuck if we're old school. Whether you're in front of 5 people or 500 people, we give it your all, and that's one of the men that do it right here. I personally vouch for that, man. You will not be disappointed checking out a hybrid wrestling school show.
No,
I'm
definitely.
telling you.
I got a quick story. I got a quick lucha libre story. All
Oh
right.
shit.
So we ended up going to this one show one time, and it was me and my cousin, right? And while the match is going on, like on the side, they had like a whole roll of grills. You know what I mean? And they were like selling tacos and shit, right? And you could like it didn't matter how loud the ring was or whatever, you could hear the sizzling, you could smell that shit, right?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I remember I was sitting there like watching the wrestling, right? But then I'm like, man, them motherfucking tacos smell good, right? And the line was like pretty long. And my cousin was next to me, and I'm like, man, I gotta go get some of them tacos. And I'm sitting there enjoying the match, and I'm like, man, I'm about to get some of them tacos, and the match is going. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get tacos. I turn around, and my cousin already had some and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? How did you go? Do that fast? And he was like, bro, I couldn't take it anymore. That smell, it was getting to me. I was like, why didn't you get me some? He's like, you didn't say you wanted some. I was like, fuck.
Man,
Yeah,
that's
man, that shit was funny as hell.
good shit, man.
Shit,
But
that's how it is at the fucking traders market that he was talking about, bro. It's like a big ass pulga. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And it's bad, man. They have live bands playing fucking Mexican music and country music. Shit, it's crazy, bro. It's
There,
fucking huge.
Yeah.
there
It's
was
bad. You can find
there
anything
was
you
this
want there.
guy, I forgot what his name was. It was something Panther.
uh-huh.
I forgot his name. But like his mask had like these little ears, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Got in his face in the crowd and told him he looked like a little bunny. And man, that dude did not like that shit.
Is that where Bad Bunny got his name from? Ask your favorite
He
rapper.
told me he looked like a
Right?
little bunny. He was no panther. You're a little bunny. And that fool did not like that shit.
Man, that's fucking funny as fuck, man.
That fool stared him down for like the next minute while the match was still going.
He was looking at the tacos, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Man, that's fucking great shit. But yeah, you know what, Marvel? I really want to tell you, man, that you're doing a great job, man. You know what I mean? With the
Thank you, man.
wrestlers that I follow, you know, like
Appreciate it.
Vibes looks like a champion already. I know she is, you know, but
Yeah.
she's gonna go places, bro. You know, just like
Yeah. She puts in all that work, man. A lot of, the gym and dieting and all that stuff, man. She's
good
pretty
shit,
serious
man.
about it, you know.
Yeah,
She's
so
doing good.
but all right,
There's
Marvel.
something that Ash is not saying is
What?
that like us growing up, we wish we had somebody like you.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, bro.
Wish
100%.
somebody like you existed in our town where we could go and
Appreciate it.
get that shit out of the way and try to
Yeah.
live a dream and shit, because that means a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. There's, like I said, there's
And then
more bad than good ones out there. So I try to be as good as possible and try to push
Yeah,
these
dude.
guys, even though when I'm the bad guy, pushing them hard, I may look like
it
the
is what it is.
douchebag or what, but it's part of the process. If I don't tell you, nobody else will.
Fuck yeah,
And
man.
you know
Oh
what?
shit. Hold on, time out. Marvel just said it.
What?
Did you catch it, Ash?
I didn't. What?
I think it's time to what?
Oh shit!
Right.
Take a look at the bad guy.
Take
Sorry,
a look
Marvel.
at the bad guy, bro.
Yes,
This is where we take a few minutes.
No, a few
I
seconds.
don't have a toothpick right now, but you know what? I got a fucking
Marvel's like, what the fuck?
a gift. Stu gave me a charm, a chicken leg. So I gotta put the chicken leg in my mouth, and we're gonna just take a couple seconds to think about the bad man himself.
Okay.
Motherfucking say the name, brother.
Scott Hall.
Scott fucking Hall.
Hell yeah, man. Fucking Scott Hall, bro.
Cool. R.I.P. brother. R.I.P.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Fucking
There you go.
yeah, Scott Hall for fucking life, man. I was just thinking about him today too, man. Like driving from work, I was like, damn, Scott Hall was the shit. Like, how devastating was it when you heard the news, bro? Seriously. You know what I'm saying? That when he passed away?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was-
actually him and Kevin Nash was supposed to come do a tag team seminar for us.
Oh,
And that
wow.
fucking the COVID happened and all that stuff. So like it stopped, put a stop on it. Like, and then like what, a year later he passed away or whatever. So it was like,
man.
So that would have been awesome to have him at the school.
Fuck yeah, man.
But
damn, bro.
right.
That's what's up. That's cool, man. Again, brother, I can't say how proud I am of you, bro, and everything you're accomplishing, and everything you're still going to accomplish. You know what I mean? And like I says, me and my brothers right here, if there's anything that we can do, man, let us know. You know what I'm saying? Send us a picture of the fucking flyer. We'll put it up and we'll talk about it and shit, and we'll try to promote as best as we can. Because like I says, we do got a handful of people from Texas that like our show and support it and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we can get a couple seats to that show. You know what I'm saying? We'll definitely hook you up, brother.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
If you ever need me to put anybody over,
I'm trying. Yo, I'm not lying.
Just give me the call.
He said, "Just give me that call."
Oh fuck, man! I'm trying not to laugh because I can't stop thinking of fucking Manny's payment, bro.
Oh, no, you're gonna have people thinking. You're gonna have people thinking that's how I really paid these fools.
I'm gonna make you a shirt with that shit, bro. All right, let's end this shit so we can get going, all right? But hey, Marvel,
all right,
thank you, man. And people tell people to hit up your merch and shit too, right? You got merch out there?
Yeah, same thing. They could go on the same website, look at all their shirts, all the stuff we got for sale and stuff like that. Everything's on there.
All right, then fuck yeah. All right, well, give a thumbs up if you know what's up and give a thumbs down if you're down. Peace.
All right, man, thanks.
Punk hitters are shit!